We continue our look back at the 2014 NFL Draft with Reese Senior Bowl Executive Director Phil Savage. We've been talking defense the last couple days, so we're turning our attention to the secondary, specifically the safety position. And I know the Arizona Cardinals fell in love with this kid, who was the highest selected player in our game.
Yeah, Dayon Buchanan, Washington State safety. And the Cardinals were at pick 20. They slid back to number 27. They bring Buchanan in as their first round choice in a division that is all about physicality. And that's what Buchanan brings to the table. Was very productive for the Cougars, not only in the run game, but also in the pass as well. And if they can shore up some of his deep field coverage, he's got a chance to be a real force in this division.
If you've been watching our reviews here at SeniorBowl.com, we have several categories we're kind of putting players in, and one of them is the Reese Senior Bowl bump, and that's a player who comes here and really improves their stock through the process.
Well, Des Southward from the University of Wisconsin came to the Senior Bowl and actually practiced mostly as a corner because he was a big, over 6 foot tall, over 200-pound potential corner slash safety. The Atlanta Falcons coached the North. They got a chance to work with him day in, day out. And so Des Southward goes in the 3rd round to help the Atlanta Falcons safety position. He's got big speed, and they think they can take those raw skills and turn him into a starter at some point in the future.
He could be a starter down the line. Who is a kid that could jump in perhaps this year and make an immediate impact for his team?
Well, the Baltimore Ravens in the 3rd round selected Terrence Brooks from Florida State. And I think Brooks is a nice pairing with Matt Elam. Both bring a physical toughness to the game. Of course, Elam was a 1st round pick a year ago out of the University of Florida. Now they pair him up with a Seminole. So if those two can get on the same page, they'll be okay. But Terrence Brooks can really fly. Ran 4.4-ish in the 40 at the combine and throughout the pro days. So he's a player that probably gets on the field as a rookie.
Okay, give me your best value pick.
You know, I thought the best value of the selections at safety was Jimmay Thomas. Now, he's a Swiss Army knife, corner, safety, nickel. He goes to New England Patriots later in the draft, but this is a young man, played at Georgia Tech, and I've said all along, he's got a stinger. Not a medical stinger, but a stinger that he will absolutely pop you in run support as a tackler, and he's got short area quickness and coverage, and with the league going to basketball on grass type receivers, you've got to have somebody that can make plays out in space, and he can certainly do that.
He's got a stinger. He's a yellow jacket. Right?
That's right.
I got you. I reach out. Your spotlight pick. This is a player keep an eye on. Maybe doesn't make an immediate impact, but keep an eye on this kid.
You know, there was a lot of talk about the San Francisco 49ers taking their load of draft picks and moving up in the draft. That never happened. So they sit at pick number 30, and they take Mobile's own Jimmie Ward out of Davidson High School via Northern Illinois. And again, the 49ers are a very strict height, weight, speed scouting staff. But when they go away from that, they grab football players, and Jimmie Ward is one of those. 92 tackles a year ago, 7 interceptions. They can play him in the nickel as a slot cover man. They can play him in the back part of the field as a safety. He can even line up and play on the edge. So he's a versatile piece of their defensive secondary puzzle.
And they lost a few guys to free agency, so we'll see how he settles in by the Bay.